Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, September 25th. It is time for News 5 Now, where we talk about the big stories of the day and so much more. It's Thursday and almost Friday. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Everyone, I'm WKRG News 5's Roseanne Haven. We have big stories to tell you about today, including the latest on Big Creek Lake, a 911 outage affecting states on the Gulf Coast, and a death row inmate is set to be put to death tonight. Let's go ahead and look at those big stories as we count down, beginning with number 5. Some people living in Mississippi and Louisiana, they can't call 911 today. If they do, they haven't been getting through, and that's not a good thing. When you have an emergency, you need help and you need it fast. Mississippi Emergency Management Agency saying AT&T reported damage to some of its lines affecting the services across the state hours ago. Areas affected were asked instead to directly call local agencies for emergencies. According to the Orleans Parish Communication District in New Orleans and Louisiana, their 911 services have been restored there. That's a good thing. And we are told it is not believed that this was caused by a cyber attack. Number 4, a former officer fired from the Miami-Dade Police Department. He's in trouble. They say he used his badge and credentials to impersonate police. Volusia County deputies arrested Paul Flutie after getting calls of a man parked in the driveway looking for a little girl. He told deputies he was a Miami-Dade police officer working with U.S. Marshals to find a missing girl, and the girl's phone had pinged in the area. When deputies learned he had been fired from the police department, they took him in. Goodbye. Number 3, an execution tonight by nitrogen hypoxia that is scheduled in Alabama in just a few minutes. This guy you're looking at, Jeffrey West, he's been on death row at Holman and Atmore for more than 20 years. He killed Margaret Parrish Berry in Etowah County. This happened in 1997. Now, her son is among people asking for the state not to put him to death. The son says he forgives this Jeffrey West for killing his mother. We're going to move on now to number 2. A class action lawsuit filed against the Utilities Board of Bayou La Batterie, the owner of My Nest LLC, that's an RV park in the Bayou, and Robert Blake are taking legal action against the board and its director. They claim that the board charges illegal fees, charging them and companies what are called impact and tap fees. They say that's illegal in Alabama unless the state legislature says they can do that. And according to legal documents, the city isn't authorized by the state to collect these fees. The state hasn't said they could do it. According to the complaint, we're told as many as 200 people could be involved in this lawsuit. We'll continue to follow that and see where it goes. Number 1. Big Creek Lake, an update. It's a drinking water supply source for folks in Mobile and Baldwin counties, but a lot of people, they are used to fishing in this lake and having a good time in it, and they want to continue that tradition. Well, the Mobile area water and sewer system is saying, let's meet in the middle here. There's a proposal to operate a boat rental facility at the lake. That way people can enjoy the pleasures of Big Creek Lake. But they wouldn't allow outside boats because they say that can bring invasive species into the lake. That's been a big hoopla over that for a while. And that's a look at our big stories this hour. We're going to move on now to our Facebook, our question of the day. Here it is. Question of the day. Going to share some of your answers. What are you hoping Spiro Charigadis accomplishes during his first 100 days in office? Of course, Mobile's mayor-elect narrowly defeating his opponent, Barbara Drummond, this week. A lot of folks are chiming in on this, weighing in. What do you want to see the former judge accomplish as Mobile's next mayor? Let's see what some of you are saying here. Sydney Vaughn says the city's progress is never the work of one. It's the mayor and council moving together. Okay. Kim Van Dyke says a definitive stray animals resolution. Emily Calloway says a walkable waterfront. Destiny Nicole, a highway that gets you out of Mobile faster. Laurie Reynolds says replace the revolving door used at the courthouse with a solid door and a deadbolt. Patrice Chavers says get McGregor finished. Larry Gibbs says hire 100 police officers. Mel Conyer Davis says for everyone to say his name correctly. Well, he described it as Chair Goddess. Some people have been mispronouncing it. I think we all have been guilty of that, but it's Goddess. There for a while we were saying Cheerio Goddess, and I think I heard CJ Small yesterday say Cheerio Goddess or something like that. But yeah, someone says, yeah, immediately coining a shorter nickname. All right, want to thank you all. Okay, Lori French Hayes, I can't help but read these things. Bring an additional cruise line to Mobile. Okay. Mickey McCants says clean up the campground neighborhood. I know Mobile Police have been working on that pretty diligently. Can you hear it raining? It is coming down so hard out there. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we're going to move on. That was our question. We're going to go to our Facebook poll. We want you to participate in that. We wanted to know, are you for or against the Oxford comma? Okay, I am for it. 88% of you say you are too. Love that. 9% are against it. 3 have no opinion. I need that Oxford comma for clarity, especially if I'm reading scripts on air. It's like, I love like the clarity of knowing, okay, and comma, but comma, all that good stuff. Okay, I think I kind of got a little ahead of my, there we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm a little bit clumsy at this, but we're going to get it. Okay, now we want you to answer our next question of the day. It is our Facebook question of the day. It's National Daughters Day. What's your favorite thing about your daughters? Oh my goodness, I have 2 beautiful daughters, and I have not participated in this today. I've been so busy. So many wonderful things. And I have 2 girls, and they are both so different. I kind of love that too. So blessed. Also, we want to know from you your thoughts. President Trump signed a deal to keep TikTok access in the United States. What are your thoughts? And we'll be right back here tomorrow to share those results. It sounds like the rain is starting to let up a little bit. I've missed my evening walks with it raining outside, but we certainly needed the rain. Okay, in the meantime, I want to encourage you to make sure you have your TV set on. Do they call it TV sets anymore? Boy, I just date myself left and right. Have your television on. WKRG News 5 at 6 starts in just a few minutes. I'll be on there with Peter Albrecht, our chief meteorologist, Ed Bloodsworth. He can tell us about this rain, when it's going to let up. You know, tomorrow's the big high school football Friday, so is it going to let up? I hear our weekend is looking beautiful. I'm excited about that. Thank you so much for being with me. Have a great evening, everybody.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.